Alright, I'm here with EliGE. Long day at the office, long series to finish out. Tell me how you're feeling after Spare. Obviously disappointed, but you can tell us about the series as well.
Yeah, I mean, it was really rough. We definitely should have won. I think that we were the better team. We just didn't. We just weren't able to pull it through in the tough moments. But I mean, overall, it was. I mean, you can take good from it at the end of the day. We can still come out ahead in this tournament. It's just going to be a lot longer now.
You guys obviously added YEKINDAR as a stand-in before this tournament. He's obviously a big personality in the scene now, outgoing guy. What kind of vibe has he brought to the team?
He's definitely brought that as being really outgoing. He likes making jokes a lot of dad jokes. So I vibe with that a lot. And just overall, he's helping a lot bring in-game stuff of different protocols and how the meta is being played right now. So it's been a lot of learning to do, and he's been really helpful.
We talked with Nitro as well, and he said that obviously with the role clash that you two have, that you've taken a few steps back. How's that been for you personally as a player, trying to adjust to this new kind of position and roles?
Yeah, it's been a little bit difficult on some of the maps that I've had to kind of play a completely different style than I'm used to. But I think that YEKINDAR is playing the roles really well that I was playing, and for me, I just have to get used to being able to do stuff more at the later parts of the round, and just playing more to live. But overall, we're not having many of those rounds right now. I think the team has been really helpful, accommodating me, because maybe on defaults I'll be playing in a more wing position, but then I'll be grouping up at the end of the round, and at the end of the day, that's fine for me. I don't really mind, because I think that YEKINDAR has a really good mind for the game, and he's reading the opponents really well, and it's been helpful.
So YEKINDAR came in to replace Shocks. You're kind of an aggressive player, YEKINDAR's kind of an aggressive player. Who's been kind of filling the hole that Shocks left and the roles that he was taking?
Well, it kind of depends on the map for CT sides, because I'm pretty much playing all. I'm playing all the same spots except for Vertigo. I've shifted a little bit, but T sides, he's kind of taken more of my spots. There's been obviously some of the spots that I've stayed on T side. I haven't changed all of my spots on T side, just some of them. And I think that he's being really helpful, because he is very comfortable IGLing and reading the opponents, understanding the meta really well of where people are. He's very well read on different teams of how people like to play. They're their psychology of how they like to play different situations. So I think that he's been doing an awesome job.
You guys added daps recently as well. We've seen him standing behind you with a few sheets. On the fly, how good is his system that he's been managed to put in, and how much has he got to get done with you guys?
So we pretty much had 10 days, but we had 12-hour days within those, so we pretty much got 3 weeks of work done within those 9 days. It was really intense, and I actually think that we got a lot out of it. And overall, most of the stuff that we brought has been completely new and revamped from before. We pretty much scrapped everything that we had before on every single map, on every single side. Obviously, we're going to play certain situations the same, or start the round the same, for the meta, but we're a lot more structured, and it's a lot less free than we were before, which isn't a bad thing. I think that it's actually pretty nice to have everyone know exactly what we're going to be doing on certain calls and strats, and that's what the papers are for. It's really just having all of our strats there, and if anyone forgets anything, because there is a lot, then they can just quickly go to it and remind themselves, because there are a lot of little micro details that we have to remember.
Yeah. Just to quickly go back towards YEKINDAR, obviously he's down as a stand-in, but what can you tell us about that whole situation? Is this a trial run, or is this strictly a stand-in for Cologne?
It is just being a stand-in for Cologne right now. That is all it is right now, and yeah.